There are many famous fighter squadrons in the Star Wars universe. Red, Rogue, and Gold are the most commonly talked about. Another squadron, equally as important, though with less history, is Blue Squadron. This transmission is a follow-up to one all about Blue Squadron's Canon roster. This is the full Legends roster of Blue Group. This is the Imperial Remnant. Stand by for briefing. Obi-Wan Kenobi was the first to use the title Blue Leader. He led the squadron in defense of Kamino. After Ahsoka Tano vacated the title, Axe, Ahsoka's Blue 2, took charge for the Battle of Rendili. Ahsoka once again took on the callsign for the Battle of Mon Cala. Jedi Master Kit Fisto would use the callsign Blue 1 during the Battle of Ukyo. Jedi Knight Xian Amersu was Blue Leader during the Siege of Salukami. She sacrificed herself by intentionally crashing into a separatist planetary gun. An early legend has an unnamed Blue Leader scouting for pirates around Tatooine. This pilot clears the Tantive 4 for entry into the system, springing an Imperial trap. Captain Merrick Sims was Blue Leader during the Battle of Yavin and the Battle of Endor. He was killed in combat when assaulting an Imperial communications ship. Luke Skywalker served as Blue Leader when patrolling the space around Yavin 4. He led his squadron against a group of TIE fighters attacking a freighter. Olin Garn flew as Blue Leader in an A-Wing, gathering intel on an Imperial construction project. That secret project would turn out to be the second Death Star. In both Legends and Canon, Ten Numb flew under Blue Squadron. In Canon, he was Blue 5 during Endor, but in Legends, he was Blue Leader. Unfortunately for Numb, he dies during the Battle of Endor in Legends. General Edor Crespin flew an A-Wing as Blue Leader for the New Republic. An unnamed pilot led Blue Group in the Battle of Calamari. Another unnamed pilot took charge of Blue Group in an X-Wing fighter. He, under orders from Wedge Antilles, covered the Falcon as it boarded Palpatine's dreadnought, the Eclipse II. Here's a fun bit of trivia. In the novelization and comic adaptation of A New Hope, Blue Leader was Luke Skywalker's callsign. In the film, he's of course Red 5. I did read a conflicting bit of trivia that Luke was Blue 5, not Blue Leader. This may have been a mistake and I'm finding bad information online, since Luke is Red 5 in the film, and earlier drafts had him leading the assault. I couldn't find a definitive answer either way. If my Star Wars lore history behind the scenes is correct, it was originally supposed to be Blue Group, but was changed to Red Group because of the blue screening used at the time to do the special effects. Though Blue Group didn't fly against the Death Star in canon, it did in Legends. During the Battle of Yavin, Blue 2 was a pilot called Rue Merlin. Merlin was a long-serving and dedicated pilot. She trained other pilots on Colador and led X-Wings into various battles before Yavin. She survived that battle and went on to serve the rebellion in some incredible ways. Ace Azzameen flew an A-Wing as Blue 2 on various recon and escort missions. He was also a primary scout in a mysterious construction project the Empire was working on that turned out to be, yes, the second Death Star. Azzameen would also use the call sign during the Battle of Kolthis, where he helped civilians evacuate the war zone on Kolthis 2. To continue on the trivia of Luke being Blue Leader, in early drafts, Wedge Antilles was Blue 2 in those same adaptations. An X-Wing pilot known as Rookie 1 took the call sign Blue 3 during the Battle of Yavin. Oddly enough, an Imperial TIE Bomber pilot used the call sign Blue 3 before he was shot down during the subjugation of Jabin. Will Scotian assisted in the evacuation of Hoth as Blue 3. An unnamed pilot was using the call sign Blue 3 when Blue Group was comprised of A-Wings at this time and had to evacuate their base. Blue 3 was separated from the group and presumed dead, though sources would suggest otherwise. In 12 ABY, Alexandra Winger took on the call sign. Unfortunately, Winger was captured by the Star Destroyer Judicator. Biggs Darklighter went by Blue 3 in those same novelization and comic adaptations of A New Hope. He was Red 3 in the movie. During the Battle of Yavin, Thurlow Harris took on the call sign of Blue 4. Harris's father was a captain in the Alliance, and Harris always felt that he was living in the man's shadow. After Yavin, Harris was captured and tortured by Darth Vader himself. Harris broke and told Vader the pilot who shot the final shot against the battle station was called Skywalker. Marsojan had served as Blue 4 in the past, but during the Battle of Hoth, he was technically operating under the call sign as he was assigned to pilot one of the transports, Bearing Lifter. After that battle, he was brought into Rogue Squadron under command of rebel hero Luke Skywalker. Ace Azzameen would use this call sign while running escort for the Corellian corvette Razor. An unnamed pilot flew as Blue 4 at the time when the unidentified Blue 3 went missing. It was Blue 4 that reported 3 as dead. Winger, who ultimately flew as Blue 3, had recurring dreams of serving as Blue 4 before she was part of Blue Group at all. She was friends with Blue 4, however, a man called Chaz Hunter. Hunter and his father joined the rebellion when Chaz was very young. An unnamed Republic pilot flew as Blue 5 during the Battle of Rendili. This Blue 5 was nearly killed when Blue Leader and Red 4 cleared the Vulture droids off of the unnamed pilot's back, saving his life. Ace Azzameen added yet another call sign to his resume when he flew as Blue 6 on a raid against a freighter called Suprosa. At this time, he was flying a Y-Wing starfighter. An unnamed pilot took the call sign of Blue 6 under command of General Han Solo during the battle in the Milagro system. During the Battle of Endor, Blue 7 was a B-Wing pilot called Palso Thurn. Thurn ran interference between a group of TIE fighters and Lando Calrissian's direct assault on the second Death Star's main reactor. Buryan Raulig flew as Blue 8 during the Battle of Hoth. An unnamed pilot used the call sign Blue 8 in the time leading up to the Battle of Endor. He was killed in action before that fateful battle could take place. Kian Lucky Farlander flew under Blue 9 during the Battle of Endor. Farlander was actually part of many massive battles for the Rebellion. He fought at Yavin, Hoth, and Endor. His nickname, Lucky, was actually thanks to his Force attunement. He was an unnaturally skilled pilot because of this power. He began to lean toward the dark side and didn't like the path he was going down. He tried to cut himself off from the Force before Luke Skywalker helped him understand his power. He would become a student in Skywalker's new Jedi Order. Dorset Conair was Blue 9 during the Battle of Folor. Blue 9 and Blue 10, Tetengo Nor, pulled off a risky flight maneuver, flying wing to wing to try and trick enemy sensors into thinking that their starfighters were actually the Millennium Falcon. Tetengo Nor, who we just mentioned, was Blue 10 during the Battle of Folor. Her maneuver to confuse enemy sensors into thinking her and her wingmate ships were the Millennium Falcon wasn't her only attempt to deceive her enemy. She also posed as Princess Leia when the Imperial military cracked their She also posed as Princess Leia when the Imperial military would crack Republic encryption. Though sources say that there have been several Blue 11 pilots in Legends, none are apparent and I couldn't track down any names. The role Blue 12 was used by Kolbart Zamoon. During the Battle of Hoth, he joined up with the Rebellion after a terror attack on his home planet was ignored by the ruling Empire, who was supposed to be keeping law and order. This transmission comes at the request of a member of the Remnant. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments or let me know on the Imperial Remnant Discord. There's a link in the description of every video. There's already a transmission on the full Canon roster of Blue Group that you can check out right here.